Good morning, greetings to another video. Right, this video I've got a very exciting, iconic challenge that I'm really excited for but a little bit nervous because I'm in Belgium and Cycling Flanders, Visit Flanders invited me over to do the Flandrien challenge. So the challenge is basically taking on 59 iconic segments of cobbles, of climbs, of it's just brutal. But like these climbs are just so iconic from the spring classics, and if you are into that kind of racing, you'll know them, you'll recognise them. But they're going to be so hard. I'm not always the biggest fan of cobbles, but you know what? I'm not one to shy away from a challenge. So I'm like, I want to go, I want to experience it just because of the history. I'm staying in Oudenaarde. I've got a quick train over to Bergen. Is that how you pronounce it? And so anyone that knows this area, you'll know what climb I'm going to go up first. This is like, they are not messing around. Visit Flanders with this route. Just straight into it, absolutely just straight into it. So, do you want to come and see what the first climb is with me? Okay, let's go. So the challenge is to do the 59 sections. You can do it in a day, which is about 300k ride, or you can do it over 72 hours. The challenge is within 72 hours, which is what I'm doing over the next 3 days. Official fan club, Vanderpool. So basically the first climb is the Muur, and it basically translates to the wall. Apparently locals joke that there's like 3 walls, famous walls anyway, Berlin, China and here. These cobbles are really uneven. Oh, the iconic spot. 1 down, 58 to go. That was steeper than I was expecting, and the cobbles are really like jagged. I mean, I'm not sure what I was expecting, but yeah, that's the first one done. One of the most iconic as well. And it's weird because I come up and I'm just thinking like I can hear kind of all the like cheering and the riders, and like it's just I can't think of another word other than iconic. The segments, I don't know if I mentioned before, but they're going to be either climbs or cobbles. So the cobbles might be actually flat. So, but I know some of them are going to be absolutely horrid. So yeah, I'm just going to carry on now and see what else Flanders has in store for me. This is definitely a challenge for me because 2 of my least favourite things in cycling are wind and cobbles. Why am I doing this? And we've got some cobbles coming up. A little fact, you might recognise if you are into the Spring Classics and Tour of Flanders, this used to be the actual finish of it before they moved it to Oudenaarde. Look at the little llamas. Hello. I know a lot of you will know this, and maybe I'm saying the obvious, but I'm so surprised again. I've ridden here before, but just how flat everything is. And then out of nowhere, you get like a ridiculously steep climb. Like, honestly, there's nowhere that I've ever ridden like this. So on the flats, you've got like all the wind, because it's quite windy, and then on the climbs, you've either got the climb, this gradient, or the cobble. This is loops, on top of some more loops. So I've just come down this way, then I've gone all the way around to come back up the climb. And one thing already I've noticed. I've already done a few cobbles, and like, look at that. Although this bike was last used on Pyro Base, so I don't know which cobbles are to blame. Also as well, the people are just, I mean, I've already done 40k it, and honestly, people are cheering you on climbs. They're kind of like honestly, you get the biggest smiles from people in cars. I don't know why. It's just very friendly and very nice, and that honestly makes such a difference. Drivers are really good as well. I think it's because cycling is just so ingrained into this region. There's like there are genuinely bikes everywhere. There's people of all ages on bikes as well, and it just feels very like, I don't know what the word is. You just feel very accepted. Sometimes I've been to places, you'll know from my other videos, where drivers, especially drivers, haven't been that kind to cyclists. Well, me anyway. But this place is the complete opposite that. You are very welcomed and everyone is just blooming lovely. I'm not sure what that is, but I love it. Look how little it is. So that's part one of the challenge done, first day done, and I'm back in Oudenaarde, and look how pretty this square is. It is so nice. The brickwork and buildings are just so pretty. I think the hardest one today was the Muur, just because it was like a steep climb and cobbled, but the hardest climb is coming tomorrow. So one thing to add, the bike lanes. So do you know in the UK when bike lanes they've got their own little section, like segregated, and then they kind of cross a road or kind of go over a road and you have to kind of like look back on yourself and you stop. Here, I don't know, it's just me, maybe they were just being particularly kind, but they just stop. Like I was gonna cross a road, there's no like zebra crossing, it was just a crossing, and they just like twice, cars just stop for you and just kind of smile and wave you over and you're like, this is really nice. This is quite different to the UK. Oh, I love the sound of that. Right, I want to get some food because yeah, big day tomorrow. I will see you all in the morning. Good morning, good morning. It's a little bit chilly. It's like 8 degrees. I mean, that's cold. Although it's cold, I'm just glad it's dry. So fingers crossed it stays dry, because I have 34 tough segments to do today. One of them, the main one, being the Koppenberg. I am excited, but also a little bit scared for it. But yeah, let's hope it just stays dry. Not even a kilometre in and first climb. Oh, Jesus. Oh. First cobbles of the day. They're re-cobbling it. No, just tarmac it. Like, look at the size of them. Like, I've obviously seen it at the end of Pirou Bay when they're absolutely freaking ginormous. And someone asked me on the Strava last night, like, oh, is it as nice as Mallorca? I'm like, is it as nice as the smooth, sunny roads of Mallorca? It's just a very different, it's just a completely different thing. I wouldn't say that you come to Belgium for lovely smooth roads, to be honest. You come because it's a challenge, and you come because it's the history and the iconicness of it, not because you're expecting lovely smooth. I mean, you could just miss out all the cobbles, but then if you come to Belgium and don't ride the cobbles, look at those deers. They're like little Bambis. Look how pretty they are. Right, I've just come, I don't know what it is in Belgium. These shops, is it called Delhaize? Best supermarkets. There's one in Oudenaarde, which is just the best. They have really good sushi. But I've just stopped to get a little snack, a little drink, and I've seen. I'm just trying to make this challenge as hard as I can, aren't I? I bought 2 of them. I bought 2 pumpkin plates. I know one of my friends would absolutely love them in my pocket. So yeah, I've taken 2 wooden plates up the Koppenberg just to try and make it more of a challenge, if it wasn't a challenge enough already. Whoop whoop. Little warm up for Koppenberg, which I think it goes to 22. How pretty are these? Maybe it didn't show up on camera as much, but that is so lovely. The colour of them is so pretty. That is so steep, but so short. There? No. They're like, no, I'm not doing that. So, yeah, it's brought me out to Koppenberg. 550 metres, and I'm just going to channel my inner Matthew van der Poel, because I don't know whether you saw the Tour of Flanders last year, but basically the majority of the peloton walked up it. To be fair, it was because it was really muddy and slippery.
He's stuck in the mud as well. And here is the gap, it's growing. This is like looking back to the 1980s. There's mud on the Koppenberg and there's riders off their bikes behind having a walk. It's like the famous 1980s ascents all put together again. But
Van der Poel just absolutely like caned it, obviously cyclocross, but I don't have cyclocross. Well, it's not muddy today, so. Although to be fair, did Matthew van der Poel carry up 2 wooden pumpkin plates? I mean, I don't think he did. I think we all know who the real pro is. Thank you. Woohoo! We did it! Well done. Oh, well done. See you later. Have a good ride. Yeah. Oh, you know, we watch my videos.
I've seen some videos.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Hi. Well done. What's your name?
Tim.
You want to be on the video? We just smashed up Koppenberg.
Yeah.
How was it? How did you find it?
I did the Paterberg just now as well, and I thought, oh, that's already a wall. And then I came up to this, and I was like, even with gravel tires, I was a little bit.
Yeah, that little middle bit was pretty
tough.
Yeah. Some of the pros. Did you watch the tour last year?
Yes.
I say, like, I mean, they had mud.
But they were slipping down.
They had mud. Yeah.
Exactly. But now I can understand.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough.
But we did it. Well done. Whoop, whoop. Not only did I climb the Koppenberg, I climbed it with pumpkin plates. So that last climb has been affectionately renamed Boonenberg after the Belgian legend that is Tom Boonen. And there's some little statue, let me show you. And these are the leggies. Oh, I think I've got 9 segments left. And I'm ready for them to be done. Oh. No, this one is called Cruiseberg. I'm not cruising up it. Right, this climb is called the Paterberg, and it's now the finale in the Ronde. So I've still got 2 more segments after this. I am flagging. I don't know whether I've just not eaten enough, or whether it is just that hard. It is just so tough on your body, like the constant cobbles. And the gradients. This is definitely type 2 fun. Aren't these horses really, really beautiful? But why have they got mullets? They're like bleached blonde mullets. Are you all from the 80s? I was like, oh. It's alright, it's paved. No, it's not. This is the last segment of the day. I can see the finish. And thankfully, I can barely speak, and thankfully it's paved, but it's steep. Oh, am I glad to be back. Honestly, today was so it honestly was type 2 fun. Like, it's just, they were just so short and sharp and bumpy, and it was just a lot. I've still got 1 day left though. I've still got a short ride and some more climbs and more cobbles to do tomorrow, so I will catch up with you tomorrow when I'm well fed and just slept and drank lots of water. Right, see you in the morning. Oh, it zoomed. How long's it been zoomed? Good morning, good morning. Welcome to part 3 of the Flandrien challenge. I only have 9 segments left. I've actually got a train over to Ypres, which is where the last of the segments are. You might think I'm nuts, but how beautiful is this field of just cabbages? I just love the colour. They're like a really, they're almost like mermaid colour. They're like a really pretty bluey green. What are these bloody cobbles? Oh god, it does go cobbles. Just on the steepest bit. I should have known, oh you swine. I found that one of the hardest for the whole thing. Now I'm going up the other side of it. Oh. Do you know what that is? That is my last segment. That is the 59th segment of this challenge, of the Flandrien challenge. 59 segments done. I'm gonna head back now. I'm so excited. I'm just hoping there's not some like sneaky little horrible cobble section left. Fingers crossed. How lucky are we that we get to ride bikes in such beautiful places? I always think this as well, that like with cycling, it just gives you an excuse to go places and see things. After the train in Oudenaarde, going to the museum. As part of the challenge, if any of you come and do the challenge in under 72 hours, you basically show them that you've done all the segments and you get given, I'm going to show you in a minute, you get given a little like a little cobblestone that you put on like the Hall of Fame. So this is why it's like a good challenge, because it's free. You can come and do it anytime. I will leave a link to the Strava challenge below if you want to come and do it, but it's such a good way of experiencing the joy and the beauty that Belgium has to offer. I would say more the pain and suffering that Belgium has to offer, because that has been really tough. I didn't mention it before, but when I had that 15k back to the train, it was just full on headwind. So it's either like a really steep climb or a cobbled section, a cobble climb, or if it's not a climb, it's a cobbled flat, which is still tough. And if you're not on any of those, you just got like a flat and it's just a load of headwind. So it's definitely been a really good challenge, but I'm very glad to have finished it. So I'm excited. So yeah, 59 segments done. Also, I want to be honest, I'm not one for like medals or trophies or anything, but I really love this. I'm going to go and put it on the wall now. Yay! Hello, I have showered. I'm all nice and warm and toasty because it has been so cold today. So I thought I'd just give you a little overview of my time in Belgium, just to see if it's a challenge that you want to come over and do yourself. So the challenge, I underestimated it because I knew it was going to be a lot of climbing. I knew there's cobbles, but like all together, and then especially like with the there's been quite a bit of headwind as well. It's just a windy place, right? It's been tough, and I think it's because getting that elevation up, and there's a fair bit of elevation, it's just because it's just short, sharp, and then there's cobbles, and it's just constant, like up and down. And also, you just feel like you're never really going anywhere because it's just in such a small area where all the climbs and the cobbles are. So I think that makes it a mental challenge as well as a physical one because you're just like, I'm just going over these roads that I've done before, but just doing the climb the opposite way. So there's that. And then I guess in terms of like Belgium itself, and I'll be honest, I've never been a massive one for like the spring classics. Like I know what they are, and I've seen them, but I'm not like, do you know how some people like proper die hard, they love it, they love the cobbles, they want to be here. Like some of my friends have been out here multiple times because they just love the atmosphere and love what it's about. And so I can see why people like that would want to come out and see it because it's what they're interested in. Whereas for me, if I'm, like I say, like I'm really honest, it's not really been something that I've been that interested in. However, after being here, I can see what the fuss is about. Like I can see why it's so iconic and it makes the racing just so much more exciting because you see like how tough they are and how tough the climbs are and how, I don't know, it's not necessarily just the racing, it's the whole like atmosphere around it and the culture of it, and it's ingrained in all different parts all across Belgium, which I just think is really, really nice to see. And the other thing is, if you are wanting to come to Belgium, it's probably the most bike friendly place I've ever been. It's just so different to the UK. Like people just don't like, they just expect you to have a bike, or they don't, I don't know, it's like getting on the train, it's like not a problem. It's like, oh yeah, you put your bike wherever you want. Generally, like there are like bike carriages, but it's not like oh, you can't put that there. Like, and I've been in the supermarket, put my bike in there, oh yeah, just leave it there, it's fine. But then the main thing is drivers. Like the drivers have just been like so nice. So like, and then the bike lanes, the infrastructure is amazing here. Like the bike lanes are really decent bike lanes, and the majority of them are like really far over. So you've got the road, then you've got generally like a lane for like, I think it's like for parked cars, and then you've got the bike lane. It's been so good. So yeah, even if you want to come because you love the spring classics and you want to experience the cobbles and the pain that these pros go through, or you just want to come and experience it for the first time and you're being introduced to it, or you just want to come somewhere that is just nice for cyclists. So I will leave a link to the challenge below if you want to come and do it. I would recommend, I would come in summer. Obviously you can come in like spring classic season, you can come like now, like towards autumn, but I would say I think it would be nicest in summer where it's beautiful sunshine and it's warm, you can just sit out in cafes and take your time with it. Thank you again to Cycling in Flanders and Visit Flanders for inviting me out to tackle the cobbles and the challenge. But yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you all next video. All right, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.